You know what I hate?
What do you hate?
Well, they're obnoxious, they don't wash their hair, they don't have taste at all. You know who I'm talking about, right?
Me? In the past?
Exactly.
When I was a metalhead?
Me as well. Regrettably,
I did wash though.
Yeah.
I did shower every day.
regrettably, we were metalheads once. I know, it's horrible. It breaks our heart to hear that as well.
I mean, I do have a Blink shirt, so being a metalhead right now is hard to believe, but yeah.
Yeah. Metalheads are the worst possible fandom. And I am even taking Korean stans into consideration. Like, I hate K-pop fans. They're among the worst and most obnoxious people possible. But compared to metalheads, they're down here. This is where metalheads are on the scale of obnoxiousness.
Need a boost?
Yeah, like, the thing I hate metalheads so much is that, A, usually, if you're a hardcore metalhead, you have a total lack of taste. B, you judge other people based on your taste and pretend like it's an objective thing.
Yep.
C, which I hate the most, it's very specific, but whenever they hear a song, they want to ruin it. Like, I used to encounter this so much back in the day when I was still friends with metalheads.
Wait, I have a quick question.
Yeah, no, let me
Okay,
say it.
sorry.
Like, I'd show them a song, any song, like whatever that I liked, that wasn't metal, and they're like, oh, this needs growls. No, it fucking doesn't. And you know what pisses me off? I see this a lot on Instagram.
Yeah.
Like, okay, you have smooth operated Versade. Oh yeah, this needs growls. And you get a metal cover of that. I'm like, why? Smooth operated did not need a metal cover. This is one of the things I hate so much about metalheads. They corrupt perfectly normal songs because they think it's cool. And what's even worse, if you're a metalcore metalhead, or a screamo metalhead, that's
No.
downright horrendous.
No.
That is downright horrendous. I don't even know, like, there's not enough days and years to give me enough time to roast screamo and metalcore.
You know what surprises me?
But let me finish. One last point.
Yeah, sorry.
If you actually wanna, grow up from a metalhead face, just go into punk, dude. Get into punk. Like, grow up and start listening to punk, for God's sake.
Honestly, the guy with a punk rock shirt,
Yeah.
punk is not any better.
I mean, look, it is even better. You know why?
Like, I love punk.
This is gonna be the most boomer thing ever.
Okay.
But it's typically punk. Punk fans ruin punk. The other type of punk ruin punk.
True.
Like, bro.
No, but
Like, to me, punk has always been, well, by definition, doing what is right and doing what is just.
Yeah.
Even if it isn't the mainstream. Which is ironic because most punks nowadays are following the mainstream. It's an alternative mainstream, but they're following the mainstream. And they're doing nothing that would even considered slightly punk. For example, opposing the law.
yeah.
Opposing the law when it's unjust. Not opposing the law like something like, I don't know, throwing trash or breaking public property or whatnot. That's idiotic. Like, that's helping no one. Opposing the law when the law is visibly breaking something and stepping on something that shouldn't be tread on.
I totally
Anyways,
agree. I totally
you speak
agree.
now. Sorry for
No,
taking
no
so much
worries,
words.
no worries. The thing is, when it comes to punk, because let me just say this real quick before I go back to our beloved metalheads. When it comes to punk, like you said, punk is not just a genre. Punk is a social, political, economical movement. There's a joke that punk musicians don't know how to play their instrument. But they still, they don't try to play the instruments, they're trying to send a message out. And when it comes to modern day metal, metalcore, screamo, all of those moves, You cannot convince me that they have the best guitarists, they have the best drummers, and they have the best lyrics. Like, what kind of a lyrics do you have in Screamo? Read the lyrics, like, oh,
Yeah.
I hate my mom, so I turned to Satan, but then this girl ripped out my heart, and now I'm left with the void in my chest. Dude, that's just shitty poetry.
Yeah. It really
The thing is, what I hate most about Metalheads is because I'm a shitty musician. They
Also, you're punk.
pretty much, they glorify the musicians. Of course, there are incredible musicians in metal music.
Yeah.
I cannot deny that. But you cannot convince me that they are the best musician to ever exist. Oh, they're great being like technical players. Have you heard jazz? Have you heard math rock? Have you heard blues? Have you heard anything else aside from metal? I'm not saying that there are
Even within metal, there's so many genres nowadays that are a fusion between metal and jazz, and it sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Two bands I'm gonna separate: Periphery and Animals as Leaders.
yeah.
I hardly classify them as metal, but I hardly classify them as any other genre. But they're amazing.
I mean, they're experimental in a way.
Yeah, but they're amazing. It sounds amazing to listen to it. But metalheads won't listen to it because, oh no.
The thing I have a problem with, when people glorify bands like Asking Alexandria, when people when people glorify bands like Pierce the Veil or something, I'm not saying that they're bad musicians. If that's your thing, go ahead, listen to them. But don't try to convince other people that they're the best thing ever, that they're the top of the music industry, and that anyone who doesn't like them is a horrible, like, has horrible taste. Because like you said, they're just basing their whole concept of art from the things they like. I don't like Cubism. Picasso was an incredible painter. I don't know, I don't like... I'm not a huge fan of like modern day rap music, but there are great rap songs that have came out in the past years.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge fan of electronic music, but I can't say that, oh, if you listen to that, like, oh, you're so stupid. Dude, there's something for everyone. And you cannot take away the joy from someone who enjoys listening to that music. Like, of course, if you love Asking Alexandria, listen to them. But don't preach how, if you don't listen to this, you're nothing. Or if you don't like Cannibal Corpse, you don't understand music. Or if you don't like Dream Theater, yeah, they're good bands.
It's a constant dick measuring contest. You know what is the silliest thing in metal? Shaming someone and making fun of them just because they don't listen to things that are as heavy as you.
Yeah.
I've known people that started with, new wave for British heavy metal, went on to thrash, went on to death metal, and now listen to gore grind just because it's the heaviest thing available. They don't even like the sound of it. Like, they don't understand anything. It's barely musical, but it's the heaviest thing available. And in one genre that I always found hilarious, slam.
Oh god, I forgot that existed.
Yeah, slam. Slam is... I can't explain. I can't even comprehend it. My puny cranium cannot comprehend slam. But people listen to it and will make fun of other people who don't listen to it because, oh, look at him, he calls himself a metalhead. What happened with enjoying the music you listen to? What happened to enjoying the music?
Personally, I love Dream Theater. And I would honestly put them in my top 10 bands.
Yeah.
But if someone doesn't like Dream Theater, then okay, that's just not for you, dude. Like, the way I don't listen to Lana Del Rey, or the way I don't listen to Katy Perry, that doesn't mean they're not good musicians.
True.
They're just not for me.
True. Look, they're amazing musicians, except the vocalist. Except the vocalist. Well,
Katy Perry?
no,
I know.
You know what happened with me with that? You know the whole phase once you taste prime meat, you can't go back. Like, once I heard Porcupine Tree, I can't go back to Dream Theater. Like, because Dream Theater has 1 to 2 albums,
Yep.
3 at the most, that I think are good.
Yeah.
There's not a bad Porcupine Tree album, at least according to me. So, but
And
that's my preference.
I wouldn't agree with you.
Exactly. But if we were Metalheads still, we'd be here for at least 2 more hours. True. Trying to convince each other how, oh, you're wrong, I'm better.
But, I mean, listen. Like we said, you like them, I don't, I like them, you don't. It just means you're wrong, dude.
Exactly. No, but
Let us know what you think. Are you a metalhead? Have you ever been a metalhead?
if so, go take a shower. And then leave a comment.
And use
of course.
shampoo, please.
Yeah,
Please use shampoo.
yeah. And conditioner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and don't forget to scrub.
Yeah. Oh, and don't forget to put on some deodorant at the end. That's very important.
As always, we'll see you next time.
Peace.
Peace.